You're here because you want to know the best teams and equipments for the first ever Ultra Tag unit, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. I know you guys like these videos, and since it's the anniversary, I'm bringing you guys specials, but don't get too comfortable, just enjoy it while it lasts. Everything's timestamped in this video, from the team formations, the leader slots, the equipments, easy access guide with full explanations and text on screen. No, someone asked me, why don't I just build the full team and show you? It's because you won't have everything I have, and I don't have everything you have. Naturally, it's not wise to do that for a guide. So I'm gonna need you guys to have some learning capability and put things together for yourself, beyond all the work I'm already doing in this video. So let's get into this. Right, so the first team I'm going to be showing you is actually Majin Buu Saga. It's quite a strict team because it doesn't have many pieces, but there are options you can use, and the core pieces are very valuable right now. It can get you places in ranked PvP. So what I'm showing you right now is the Buu duo. I'm using the Legends Limited because at the time I'm recording this video, I haven't even summoned. So it's not that I don't have the character or didn't get the character, I actually don't have the character, yes. But I haven't summoned yet. I'm going to be doing that in the evening, and I'm recording this in the morning. But yeah, so when you see the Legends Limited Buu duo, just presume they are the Ultra. But yeah, we've got the Buu duo, we've got Legend Super Vegeta, and we've got Ultra Kid Buu. There are other options that you can use, which I'm going to show you right now. But these are three that you can use. There's survivability of Kid Buu, he's got endurance, the explosive greens for easy combo starters. Super Vegeto's just doing great right now with his offenses, his defenses as well, combo potential ultimates. And the Buu duo, they got their spirit bomb, but I'm not going to talk about them over and over because they are the star of this video. Let's get into the character list anyways. So right now I've got the settings on Majin Buu Saga, and I've got Legend, Ultra and Legend Limited. Right now I'm just going to turn off that option so you can see all the options available in game. So we're talking about the blues, I wouldn't recommend using any of them. You could maybe sneak in this Kid Buu, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend when the other options exist. In regards to the greens, wouldn't recommend any of those two. If you have this guy at 14 stars, you could maybe get some cheesy gameplay out because he can do insanely long combos, but the damage is not going to be great. Your purple Legend Super Vegeta is going to be your main man, but maybe if you have Ultimate Gohan high stars, I think he's on the S tier or A tier boost, you can get some value out of him seriously. With the yellows, Ultra Kid Buu and Majin Vegeta, you can use both of them. Ultra Kid Buu I'd probably put in my priority. Majin Vegeta might even be getting the platinum equipment in the next week or so. They announced that platinum equipment for an Ultra is coming, we just don't know which one it's going to be. And Ultra Buuhan's also on the featured boost, so you can definitely use him too, and you will get value out of him. Also, I do want to note that if we go to sparking, there is somebody I want to mention, and that is the East Kai Shin. This guy here, he's got the platinum equipment. Maybe give him a spin. I can't guarantee that he'll give you good results, but if you're missing the pieces that I already mentioned, he can be someone that can get you results. So I wouldn't sleep on him just because he's a sparking. But beyond from that, it's going to be basically these lot that I showed you here, or this type of variation. You can swap out, just consider the leader slot as well. Like for example, Ultra Goku and Vegeta, they are a Ultra, so you have to consider their leader slot. You also want to consider the Z abilities. So fortunately, Super Vegeta also buffs Majin Buu Saga. Let me just confirm with Kid Buu, because this actually impacts how you play your game. So even if we look here, Kid Buu's an Ultra, so you have to consider his Ultra ability is regeneration, and is your whole team going to be regeneration? So then you might want to put him on the leader slot so you can get the most out of the Ultra ability as well. He doesn't buff Majin Buu Saga, but he buffs regeneration power for opponent. So like things like that you need to be wary of when you're building your team. So with this team specifically, if I was going to run it, it'd be more worthwhile to build it like this and then fill in the slots accordingly to make Super Vegeta and the Buu duo the rest of the team. So they won't be getting a full 30% because the Buu duo's Ultra ability is Saiyans, but you can still fill it up more effectively so Kid Buu can also get the benefits out of that. But that's a choice for you guys depending on how you want to build the team. But that's the first team. We got Majin Buu Saga. The second team I'm going to be showing you for this video is Saiyans. Saiyans just has many options in general, but they come from many different tags. So what I like to explain when I'm talking about Saiyans is that when you're using units that are Saiyans, just please consider their Z abilities heavily, because they might not buff Saiyans at all. They could be from future, they could be Majin Buu Saga, they could be from the movies, but they could still be a Saiyan but not necessarily buff Saiyans. So you want the Z abilities to work together, they need to synergize. In this case, we've got the Buu duo, and as you can see, I've basically built Fusion Warriors just as the template. But there's many ways you can go about this, which is why I'm going to mention Saiyans. But it does come under a bunch of different teams. This could be Saiyans, but it's also Fusion Warriors. This could be Saiyans, but it's also Majin Buu Saga. This could be Saiyans, but it's also Fusion Warriors. But the core of it is that it's Saiyans, so I'm going to overlap all of those with Saiyans. Anyways, in this case, I've decided to use Legend Super Vegeta and Ultra Gogeta Blue. Very valuable units right now. Super Vegeta's on the boost, and Ultra Gogeta Blue, he's the part 1 unit, so you know people are just going to be using him. But let me show you some other characters that you can put together on this team. So if we go to the character list, right, we're going to start with the Ultras, right? Let's just start with the Ultras because it's easy. The blues, no one there. Obviously the Budo you can use. The greens, nope, don't use any of them. The purples, don't use any of them. The yellows, you could maybe bring out Ultra Super Saiyan Goku for the KO guard, depends on how many copies you've got. I would not recommend at 5 stars. I would actually say do not use him at 5 stars. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, they've put him on a high tier boost, I believe. I forget which one, but he's someone you can actually run if you wanted to use the Buu duo with him. That would work. We've also got Ultra Gogeta Blue, I already mentioned him. And then outside of that, I'd mention Ultra Majin Vegeta, as I mentioned him in the Majin Buu Saga team section. Let's go into the Legends. The Legends, you're going to get a lot of mix-ups here because they're basically all the Saiyans, except Piccolo, if I'm not mistaken. I might be forgetting someone. But yeah, we got Rose. If you wanted to build like a future variant, you could use the yellow Goku Black as well, the Legends Limited. I'll get to him later. We've obviously got Broly and Shallot. They can also be used. Note that Shallot's actually gaining a bit of value now because he's the only green that doesn't get hard countered by Buu duo. Buu duos literally Spirit Bomb and go type neutral against our powerful opponents, but against non-powerful opponents, they will just do their regular damage, which is not very regular because it's transcendent. But anyways, Super Vegeta I already spoke about. Bardock can also be used with his indestructible. I'd be wary about that. I think he's off the boost now, but don't fact check me on that. Let's go into Legends Limited. Alright, so we got the blues here. Bardock and Goku are the only one I'd really recommend out of the blues that you see on the screen right here. We've got the greens. I wouldn't recommend any of these guys, but I did mention the Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku if you want to build like a Majin Buu Saga variant, and only at high stars. I don't think he's going to do damage, but he can do long combos which can extend your team in its offensive capabilities, but I don't think it's going to be the best choice, especially when these other choices that I'm bringing up. The purples, they pretty much just all suck, but people might want to bring out Nappa and Vegeta. The yellows, I wouldn't recommend any of them, honestly. They're not good options either. And in terms of reds, maybe the Broly. The Broly is obviously the best choice, actually. I was going to say maybe Hit and Goku, but I don't recommend them. Broly's the only red option that I'd consider here. And then in regards to the ones that I don't have, I wouldn't put any of them out, literally. And there's a bunch of Sparkings, unfortunately, but I'm not going to go into any of these guys. I don't think they're actually worth it. There's not one that I'm seeing that's standing out in the slightest. Like, no joke, the Sparkings right now in the game are honestly so bad. They're so bad. If I had to sneak one, nah, there's no sneaks. Maybe the Zenkai, where is he, Vegeta? This one at max, and Shallot. But even then, they're both not great in comparison to the other options I've brought up. So yeah, like just not. I think when I went past the yellows, actually, I forgot to mention the yellow Goku Black. He should have appeared. Where is he? Yeah, I low-key didn't see him because he's not in Rose, but he's a good option. Don't sleep on this guy. I didn't want to brush over him. He's really good, really good. Use him with the blue Rose. Double blue is very risky because people might run a green to try counter you, but blue and yellow can work because the yellow gets protected by the blue from reds, but not the other way. So for your greens that are going to be attacking you, you're going to be, you know, blindsided. Just bear that in mind. I almost missed how powerful this team is. Now at first glance it just looks like Saiyans, or I'm building Buu duo on future, but it's actually Buu duo on powerful opponents because it also merges with Buu Saga and Saiyans. Like, there's a lot of crossover teams right now, but this one's definitely going to be one that's worth your time. So right now I'm just using both Goku Blacks, but they're also both future, and they're also both Saiyans, and they're also both powerful opponent, which just works. But let's go to the character list so I can show you some other options. So right now I've got it set to powerful opponent. Now I've got the Legend Ultra and Legend Limited on. In the blues, I've already mentioned the Rose before, but he's obviously good. We've got Kid Buu. For greens, we've got Broly. In the purples, I wouldn't recommend anybody here except Cell. This Cell here, he will give you decent results. Do not sleep on him. He's him. That's all I gotta say. Run him on future powerful opponents. That can work. The yellows, we got Goku Black, we got Kid Buu. In terms of the reds, we've got Red Broly. And in terms of the characters I don't have, you could maybe sneak a little Fusion 13, but Buuhan is definitely going to be an option that will help you out a lot. See, there are quite a few powerful opponents, and it does merge with Saiyans a bit depending on who you're using. But I think it was just worth to mention this team because it's going to be very predominant right now. People are going to be using it in different variations. So if you have the pieces, I just wanted to slide it in quickly so that you're not like stuck with the only options that I gave you, because this one is easily on the same tier. Easily. The third and final team I'm going to be showing you in this video is Sun Family, and it really just depends on the pieces you have, which aren't many right now for Sun Family. It's really just adapting Hybrid Saiyans and adding the Buu duo, but the equipments will change, which we'll get into later. But we're going to be having the Buu duo non-negotiably because they're the star of this video, and we've got the Revival Gohan from the movies. His Zenkai does a lot of damage, and your third, it should be obvious. I don't have them though. If I go to my character list, we change the filter, wrong button. We change the filter, make sure it's Sun Family, and then Legend Ultra. If I go to my bottom, Gohan and Trunks, they are going to be your third. They are a very good Hybrid Saiyan. You can also use them on future, like I mentioned earlier, with Goku Black Rose and the Goku Black Rose. They are both very effective units that you can use all together. But on Hybrid Saiyans, Gohan and Trunks are really going to take you there. If we're looking at Sun Family in general though, Goku and Bardock will make a resurgence. You could use them potentially. Going into the greens, I wouldn't really recommend any of them. Going into the purples, maybe Ultimate Gohan, but I wouldn't recommend him over the Gohan with Revival. Going into the yellows, KO Guard potentially. And future Gohan, maybe it's a sneak, but he can be used. I wouldn't recommend though. And the reds are just not looking great besides from whoever I've already mentioned. So yeah, Sun Family, because of the Hybrid Saiyans, you know, I didn't mention this guy, and you're probably thinking, no way you didn't mention him. Well, he's not on the boost anymore, so he's not going to be operating how he was literally yesterday, last season. He can still be used, but he will be getting melted and will not be doing as much damage. Like, it will be very noticeable. You will see, like, damn, like, my Gohan's a lot weaker. If you do want to pull him out because you have him high stars, go ahead. But just be wary, he's not going to be the same unit that he was yesterday. So yeah, if you have him high stars, go ahead, have fun. He'll probably give you decent results, but it'd be better off just using the Gohan I showed you, this one here, and the Gohan and Trunks non-negotiably, like leagues ahead of what you could do with you know, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I will also add that because you're running two purples, you protect your blue from greens, so the Buu duo are safe with this type of variant of team. And also Gohan and Trunks are also two elements, so that adds to your team variation when you're building it. But it's very strict, unfortunately, very strict. Now we gotta get into some leader slot options. The leader slot is very impactful because you get to override the Z abilities for a character that you don't really want to consider, or it's a character you do want to consider and then you put them on the leader slot, but the whole team is going to be something else. So in this case, Buu duos are a good leader slot duo. I say duo because it's two of them, but like I just showed you on the previous teams, on specifically powerful opponent, you put them on the leader slot and the rest of the team could just be something else. We go ahead, we've got Ultra Gogeta Blue, he's a Saiyan, he's God Key. Depending on how you want to build the rest of the team, the Z abilities might not match, and he's an Ultra, so consider the Ultra ability. We've got Legend Xenoverse 2 Rose, he's God Keys, I was gonna say Xenoverse 2, Future Saiyan, he got a lot of tags as well, but depending on how you want to build the rest of the team, it all applies the same way. Legend Super Vegeta, very good unit. These are all good units. They're going to be great units that are going to be able to carry teams, but you don't want to merge the team Z ability with them. Gohan and Trunks obviously in the same boat. They are one of the better units right now. They were doing damage just yesterday on the Hybrid Saiyan. And we've also got this Gohan here, the Legends Limited. I think that's everybody. No, we also got Goku Black. Yellow Goku Black, I almost forgot about him. I have these guys screenshotted, so I just need to remember who's who. But yeah, this Gohan does crazy damage. You might not want to build Hybrid Saiyans, but the rest of the team could potentially be Sun Family. Goku Black, the same thing as the Xenoverse 2 Goku Black. Yellow is very good to be paired with blue because blue protects the yellows from reds. Overall, that's all my leader slot options. These are the guys that I think are definitely at the top of the game and can carry your team or do a lot of damage to lead you to that victory. So consider having one of these guys on the leader slot or build the team around them. depending on what pieces you have. Now, one thing I quickly noticed about the Buu duo is that they have a lot of Zenkai buffers. They also have a lot of HP buffers depending on how you build your team. I'm going to give you them right now. So we're starting with this Legends Limited Goku. He's got a Zenkai buffer for Blue and Saiyan. It's always going to be Blue and Saiyan, or Blue and Vegeta Clan, Blue and Son family, but it's going to be something that supports the Buu duo, whatever tags they have, and it will always be Blue to Zenkai buff them. But the Z abilities often also match. So in this case it's Saiyans. We've got Margin Vegeta over here. He's going over the Blue and Vegeta clan. Saiyan, you can see in the Z ability too. We got Sword of Hope Trunks over here. You can see the Z ability is stacked and it's got Blue and Vegeta clan. We got the old Buu duo, the Legends Limited. Their Zenkai ability isn't that great, the Zenkai buff, because it's only a half one. So if I go back to Trunks, you can see it's like 35, 35, 40, 40. Even with Margin Vegeta, 35, 35, 40, 40. That's how it usually is. But the Buu duo only have 20% on all of them. So just consider that. You might not want to use them over the other options. But I don't know what you have in your account. But you should have probably another one. Going next, we got Goku and Bardock. They're also doing Blue Saiyan. You can see it's there. The Z ability also works. We got Pan here, Son family, Blue Son family. We got Super Saiyan Bardock here. Just be mindful that his Z ability doesn't actually buff the Buu duo because it's Super Saiyan, and they're not Super Saiyan. They're Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. The Zenkai ability though, Blue Saiyan, so it works. We got this Vegeta here. He's Zenkai'd recently, if I'm not mistaken. Blue Vegeta clan. We got Charlotte. Now this one is a HP buffer for Saiyans. That's the only reason he's on this list. You might want to get extra HP out of your units. We got Raditz for the same reason, HP buffer. And going next, we've got Legends Limited Yellow Bardock. Now the odds are you're probably going to be running another Yellow Saiyan. This guy's Zenkai buffs Yellow Saiyan, but that's not why he's here. If you leader slot the Buu duo, you also get the HP buff that would usually only go for Team Bardock. So that can work out. But that's given you have him at 14 stars if I'm not mistaken. And then we have the Yellow Broly. You might be running a Yellow Goku Black in the same sense. You get a HP buff for powerful opponent. Buu duos on leader slot, they feed off that. But then you get the Zenkai buff for your yellow powerful opponent. That's what I wanted to show you for the Zenkai buffs, the Z abilities, the bench. The bench that's going to carry you to victory. Let's get into the equipments now. So we're getting into some equipments, and we've got this equipment here to start off. Defiant Gohan. You get HP on the first slot, double defenses on the second slot, and double offenses on the third slot. Just a general load of everything to get your team that one step higher. If you're running Majin Buu Saga, this is like a must run. We've got how to get, how you get, and the ultimate equipment collection is where you can get. There you go. This equipment here, Unleash Your True Power, is a pure equipment, and it's conditional to you having 3 Son family members being brought out to the battlefield. So if you're running Son family, you should probably get this equipment. It's going to be very useful. You can see it gives you base strike defense on the first slot, the second slot, and base blast defense on the third slot. But you're also getting strike attack and blast attack, but not base strike attack. It's just strike attack. Now, if you want to know what I meant by pure equipment, right? This is a pure equipment. The difference between a pure equipment and just a regular equipment is that when you read the text that it gives you a buff of, it does not include the word base. So you see how it says base strike defense, but when it talks about the strike attack, the word base all of a sudden is missing. What that implies is that it's a multiplier. It's the easiest way I can explain it for you. So what you'd want typically is you'd want 2 equipments with a bunch of base stats, and you want 1 pure equipment, because what you want to do is add up a bunch of base stats and then multiply that with a pure equipment. So all the Z abilities, the Zenkai buffs, the Legend Limited abilities, those are all base stats attributing, adding, just add straight addition, increasing your actual numbers on your kit. But when you add the pure equipment, you multiply those numbers. So it's not good to have multiple multipliers, because you need to have a good amount of base to then multiply it to something even bigger. Do you get what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. It's a pretty easy way to understand it. So a typical rule of thumb is to have 2 base equipments that have a lot of base, and then 1 equipment with a pure slot depending on what type of team you're running. In this case, it's Son family, and how you can get this is from the dual coin exchange shop. This equipment here is another pure, but it really is conditional to the type of team you're running. As you can see, is this what you want? Well, is it? First slot base HP, strike attack on the second slot, and you get pure strike, but you're going to need a regen member. You can also get a different slot where it's blast if you're running a Super Saiyan 3. So with this unit, they are the Buu duo, they're going to be Super Saiyan 3, so that can be applicable. It says when Super Saiyan 3 is a battle member, that's inclusive of themselves. So depending on the way you want to go about it, that can work. And the third slot, you can see, is conditional to having 3 Majin Buu Saga Z battle members, and you get strike and blast defense. Very good equipment right here. Getting multiple of these could probably help you out a lot. You're gonna want the strike though, because this is a melee based unit, you know. Run them with potentially Kid Buu, and that would be your regeneration unit sorted out. You can get this from the dual coin exchange shop. If you want to get some defenses up and you're running Legend Super Vegeta, this one could be useful, and you probably will be running him. He's popular. It's possible, I tell you. It's impossible, I tell you. It's impossible. Base health, health restoration, strike defense, and you get blast defense, pure blast defense, when tag Saiyan, tag Patara is a battle member. So that's just Vegeta, because it makes sense, right? Here we got the dual coin exchange shop where you can get this one. This equipment will definitely be useful. The awaken 3x Kamehameha, Kaioken Kamehameha. This is useful because they do not have an ultimate, because they are a tag unit. So you can get base blast defense on the first slot. If you want to max out that special move and strike attack, you can see here 12.5, 12.5, and you get more strike attack on the third slot. Just great for offensive power all round, and you can get this from the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush Shot. This one's similar to the Kaioken equipment that I showed you. Awakened Vegeta's Anger. You get strike on the first slot, more strike on the second slot, so you're up 30% now, and special move damage, but you also get quite a bit of blast attack, so it's really offensive heavy. No defensive aspects on this equipment. Felt like my voice is just going. It's come back now. Oh no, low-key it's going. But anyways, Vegeta's Anger's Memory, you get it from the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush Shop. You're gonna have to awaken this one. It's gonna be not that tedious right now. There's an Ultra Bonanza. This equipment here, it's the new one. You see it saying go base blast defense on the first slot, special move, strike defense on the second slot, and strike attack on the third slot. Son Family Blue. You can get this from the Ultimate Equipment Collection, Son Family Blue. I'm actually in there right now. If you want to see how you can get there, Ultimate Equipment Collection is in the upgrade section. Then you go to Son Family Blue. It's right there. This equipment here can genuinely take you to the moon, because you'll be able to get all 3 slots if I'm not mistaken. So you can see it's conditional, but it's not a choice whether you get one or the other. All 3 slots will be on the third slot. So you can see you can get blast defense if tag Super Saiyan battle member. So like just having one on your team. You can also get strike defense if there's a Super Saiyan 2, that's Vegeta, and strike and blast attack if there's a Super Saiyan 3. I'd say this one can easily be a must run as well. Very, very effective all round. Awakened, I call it Super Saiyan 3. You also get good base stats. So in the middle slot, you can see 15% of both. And in the first slot, you see 15% of both offenses and defenses. Here, you get it from the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush Shop. The memory, you're going to need it to awaken. This one is really good. This is the last one I'm going to mention, and I'm mentioning this because a lot of you guys might run Goku and Bardock. So Bardock's just going to be someone on the team to give you guys the pure, and then you also get special move on the first slot, which is just effective because Buu Duo do not have a ultimate. So yeah, pure strike, pure blast, defenses, and special move. All around a good equipment, but it's conditional to Bardock to get the third slot. So yeah, you get this from the dual coin exchange shop. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope this video was useful in some way, shape, or form, whether it was a team, leader slot option, bench, even the equipment. Hope something helped you out. I do my best to make these videos as coherent as possible so you're not struggling. A lot of guides, you don't want to just be watching them and then they're just 20 to 30 minutes long with no direction, you know. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.